the website Festival is interviewing Patty Gurdy, one of the contestants of Unser Lied for Liverpool, the German selection for the Eurovision Song Contest 2023. She will sing the song Melodies of Hope. Hello, Patty, and thank you for your availability for this interview.
Hi, Bernardo, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. First of all, obviously, this is the first time I am interviewing you, so I will ask you to introduce yourself. Which are your musical influences? How did you started in music, and how you define yourself musically?
Sure. So my name is Patty Gurdy. That would be my nickname, Patty, and the word Gurdy, which is actually my medieval instrument. I can show it to you right now. I have it right here. It looks like this. And since it's medieval, that's also where my key influence for my music comes from, because I do Celtic folk pop. So a combination of folk and dance pop.
So you have a more classic style of music, so to say.
Not classic, but back to the roots. So like going a few hundred years back and seeing, okay, what kinds of instruments did we have back then? So what's actually in, our Central European roots, and then taking that and putting it into modern music. Yeah.
Back to the roots. That was the expression that I missed. Your instrument, the Gurdy, seems so complex. How do you manage to play and sing at the same time? What does it take?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. It's not super easy to do it at the same time, but I have actually learned from one of my idols, which is, well, I've not learned from her, but one of my idols, Amy Lee from Evanescence, inspired me to do that. So she's a pianist and she sings at the same time. And also people like, Tori Amos or people that play their instrument and sing at the same time have always been a big inspiration for me. And I play piano too, and guitar and flute and so on, but I never felt like I had the right instrument because there was always something missing. For example, when you play flutes, you cannot sing at the same time, obviously. But when you play the piano on stage, you can't really move. You don't really have that freedom. So there was always something that didn't perfectly fit for me. So one day I went into the, folk scene, the medieval scene, and looked for instruments there. And there I tried out several instruments. For example, different kinds of bagpipes, which I love. But then I saw the hurdy-gurdy, I tried it out. And the second I tried it out, I cranked the handle. And I realized that the whole instrument is vibrating. It's moving from the sound it's making. And I had the instrument on my lap and I thought, wow, it seems like it's alive. And that was so magical. And really realizing that this instrument is actually much more than an instrument, but more like a little orchestra that you can sing to and move at the same time. I felt like, jackpot, it solves all my problems. I'm taking it. And then, I took it and I ran with it.
So it was love at the first sight.
Oh, yes. Actually, yes, you're very right.
So why did you apply it to the German selection for Eurovision?
So I've been watching the Eurovision basically since my young teen ages, because you might know that I'm from Düsseldorf. It's in the west of Germany. And we actually had a Eurovision in Düsseldorf because Lena brought it home. So that was a huge party. And you can imagine the next day at school, all the blackboards were filled with 12 points for Germany. Lena, we love you. So of course I saw that enthusiasm about the biggest music stage ever, and I followed the Eurovision year by year, and then also my followers, my fan community, they started commenting under my videos. they were like, Patty, you need to go to Eurovision. And then I don't know how long ago, but one day my guitarist was like, okay, Patty, you gotta go. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And here I am.
And I am happy to hear your music, to listen your music, and to find about you through the Eurovision. So, how did you react when you found out that you have been selected for the Unser Lied for Liverpool?
God, what can I say? It's so exciting. Also, it makes me like so proud and thankful that people recognize my art, you know? They say, "Oh my God, she actually has something to offer." And that makes me so happy, just that I can share my enthusiasm about my music with others too.
So, your song is Melodies of Hope. What are the messages and the meanings of it?
Okay. Melodies of Hope is not only about hope, but also about some kind of a rebirthing process. So you can understand this song in different ways. For me, there's a very important backstory, which happened in 2021, where I actually lost my home and my music studio in the big flood in Germany. I'm not sure if you heard of it. In Germany, we call it the Ahrtalflut or Jahrhundertflut, which basically means that a flood like this only happens once every 100 years. And I became a victim of that flood. I lost my home and my studio and all my music equipment, so many of my instruments, all my like guitars, my stage piano, a lot of other little instruments. And the silly and funny thing is that my 3 Gurdys weren't there at that moment. They were at my parents' place, so they survived. At a total coincidence, because nobody knew this flood was gonna come. We weren't warned about it. So that was a sign for me. I lost everything except my Gurdys. And I was like, God damn it, you know, like take what you love and run with it. And actually, because I lost everything, like I lost my cameras, my computer, so much, my fan community, they actually call themselves the Guardians. So it's like guardian and hurdy-gurdy. They supported me so that I could, you know, build myself a new studio and keep making those videos that I do on YouTube about the hurdy-gurdy. So like informational videos or music videos with that instrument. And because they supported me so much, I was able to pick that up immediately. And, you know, they didn't even hesitate. They were like, oh my God, Patty, you need help. Of course we give you that help. And this is exactly what you need in a moment like that, where you're taken by some natural disaster and you're basically losing, you know, the basis of your life, you know, the basis of what I love doing most. So, and I believe this is actually something that everybody kind of needs and also should get. I was in a very privileged situation. I realized that, but I really hope that I can give that to other people, at least in the shape and form of music. So I actually want to give this as kind of a little inspiration and a little push through those dark times.
Well, what a story. I'm
I'm
speechless.
sorry, it's very dark.
No, but I'm speechless because the stories behind the songs are so much incredible for the darkest or the brightest side. The stories about behind the songs are fascinating. So, could you please explain a little bit about the creative process and inspirations, musical inspirations for the song? And
Sure.
I usually ask, what came first, the music or the lyrics?
Oh my God. And I love that question. And let me think about it. So the way that I got the idea of that song was actually in Scotland, in Edinburgh. I was taking a shower. And you know how it is when you take a shower, you're in the middle taking a shower, and then you have an idea. I was like, oh, damn it. I have to repeat the idea until I get out of the shower and sing it into my phone, right? So I sang it a lot of times under the shower. And for me, when an idea of a song comes to me, it often is in the shape of a melody and vowels. So I often already have some kind of like a dummy lyrics, like some rubbish blah blah blah, like baby language. But it defines for me which kinds of words would fit into there. So I cannot alter them so much. I can only find fitting. It's a little bit like a puzzle, but you don't have pre-shaped puzzle pieces. You kind of have to, make them more correct and fit to each other. So that's basically how it happened. And with that idea, I went to my producer, Hannes Braun, and he was also so creative with this. He immediately started working on it. We actually recorded the whole song within one day. And then the next day, immediately we could hear it. So it was just magic. And it also felt like the message needs to go out to the people.
And what is your favorite part of your song? A hard one.
Oh, that's so hard. Okay. Some parts I love singing is the may the wind have your back and the sunlight be warming your day. That's like Irish blessing inspired, I really love that. Yeah.
So how are you receiving and watching the reactions from the people?
Obviously super sweet. A lot of really, really sweet reactions. I'm happy people like my song and they see quality in my song. That makes me super happy and proud. But after all, I will at the national finals, I will give my best and nothing but my best. No matter how much people love or hate my song, I will be there and perform the way I want it to be. Yeah. I can't wait for that, actually.
So no spoilers, but what kind of performance could we expect from you on stage at Unser Lied
No
Liverpool,
spoilers.
and if you win at the Eurovision? No spoilers, but general thing.
What was the last part? So I'm so sorry.
So if you win the Unser Lied for Liverpool, also what we could expect from you at the Eurovision stage?
Okay, no spoilers. Sure. So you can expect from me wind machine, because this hair wants to float and fly. But also we have a story to tell. So we are really focusing on the storytelling part of my song. We want this message to reach the people. So that's priority number one, as you can imagine. And I do not make understatements on stage. I want a big scene, and I'm not sure about the budgets for the national finals, but if I would actually win that, I would we would say in German, put one more shovel on top of it. Make it big and epic and really, like, you can really feel into the mood and the message of the song.
And I imagine that the Patty Gurdy will not miss.
Oh, it will for sure be right there on stage.
So last but not the least, this is your interview. So you have now all the time you want to send some message to your fans and the public in general.
Sure. So first of all, thank you for your interest also in the hurdy-gurdy, because it's actually an instrument that was almost extinct. So we're bringing it back, and thank you, because just because of your interest and your support, we can do that. And then another very important thing for me and also for my fan community, the Guardians, is mental health awareness around it. So one important message would be just take care of each other, listen to each other, be there for each other. That's very important. That's how we can make this world a good place.
Thank you, Patty, for this interview. It was a pleasure to interview you and to find out more about you and about your music. Good luck for the German final and for your career in general.
That's so sweet. Thank you, Bernardo, for this nice interview. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.